Man. So I'm gonna be listening to the new Eugene EP. I'm actually wearing the oh, that's the wrong side. The Kuriyami shirt that he sold for a little bit. It's also very cold in here, so I'm rocking the hoodie from my where is it? My undergrad program. Um, yeah, I love this dude's stuff. It's super dark, super well made, super crunchy. As bold of a statement as it may be, in my personal opinion, this guy has the best vocals in electronic music, hands down. Like it's not even close. It's just so ghostly and ethereal sounding. I've never heard anything like it. And my camera's to the side. And yeah, I mean, I could listen to it all day. Um, it's a new 6 track EP, which is probably the longest project I've seen from him. I think he's done like 5 tracks and stuff like that. But I'm excited to see what this is. It's also Malignant, so I don't know what to expect here. But let's see. Uh, Also, if I'm sniffling a lot, my allergy's been acting up today, and for some reason, the allergy pills worked a little bit, but this nostril is still stuffed, so that's fun. All right, first track, Nether. Right in, there we go. It's got a nice swing to it. Ooh. That kind of waltz flow to it a little bit. I don't think I've ever heard Eugene do a track in threes before. I like the waltzy feel to it. I like the crunchiness of it, the swing that it has, the flow, the mix of the drums and everything. I do sometimes prefer when he has a little bit of the sharper mixing on his percussion, but in this context it works great. So I have no complaints with that. I like the rolling kicks as well. Very interesting start. Definitely a new idea from him. But yeah, it sounded cool. I've already kind of gone over the stuff that I liked about it. I really have no notes on it. I mean, it's just solid. I am hoping we'll get some vocal work throughout this project. I'm not going to judge it on anything yet because if I remember correctly, Kuriyami started. I think both part 1 and 2 started with a track that had no vocals, so I'm not going to just completely write it off yet. But at the same time, it is on Malignant, and Malignant is not necessarily known for their pretty shit. So let's see. Track number 2, Detox. There's also no collabs on this, I'm pretty sure. There we go. It's a lot darker of a presentation for his vocals. What the hell? What is this funky ass rhythm he's got going on? It's so jumpy and groovy for some reason. I like how warm and fuzzy the sub is as well. Someone does a lot of his tracks. I like it. That's a nice texture to it, a nice growl underneath. It sounds really evil. It kind of reminds me of like that one scene from Warriors, like Warriors come out to play. Kind of reminds me of that a little bit. It's very rare that he makes a track that you want to, like, energetically dance to. Like, his stuff is usually a lot more dark and kind of introspective, so it's more of just kind of nodding along to it and just appreciating it. It's very rare you get a super, like, bouncy track from him. That was really cool. I really enjoyed that. I like the vocal work, what little vocal work we got there. The whole swing of everything was really cool. I didn't expect it to be so jazzy the entire time. But yeah, I like that. I really like that kind of format that he just used. Okay. It seems like we're getting a lot of diversity as far as the stuff he's going to put on this project, so sounding very promising. Dirty Habits. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's all not collabs. I'm just not gonna look. Ooh. Kind of reminds me of Rage almost, like Rage Against the Machine. Not... I'm gonna clarify real quick and I'm gonna wheel it back a little bit. In the sense of like, kind of like the darker moments that Rage has in some of their stuff where it's like not like super energetic and crazy. It's just like really like foreboding and low key. Those kind of elements in their songs, this is reminding me of that, and I really like it. I like the kind of like darker edge it has to it. Like, obviously his stuff is all dark, but this is like a little more like aggressive dark as opposed to just kind of gloomy. It's like something's about to kick off. It's a drop. Fair enough. The chants in the back were really cool too. I like the kind of dirty groove this has to it. It almost reminds me of like a cop movie or something. Like a spy movie. I wish he put lyrics for his stuff, because I would totally sing along to this in the car. Yeah, I like the groove of the drums. It feels very organic. That was really cool. It almost reminded me of like a slowed down version of Born Free by MIA. It's like kind of like that grungy, really crunchy and dark synth or main bass kind of over it. Gave it kind of like an old school club kind of feel. I don't know. That it's really hard to describe that track. It's just really cool sounding. I like it. I'm liking everything so far. This is pretty much what I expect from him, but in a very good way. I'm liking all of it. Chirp. Let's see what we got here. This is number 4. Yeah. The next one's a minute 36. Okay. The more I hear some of his more flow-based stuff and his more like clubby sounding stuff, the more I feel like a collab between him and Night Punk would be pretty crazy. Ooh. I wish the snare was a little bit more present. It's kind of having the same issue as, here I go dogging it again, as the Baw track from Knights of the Round Table Volume 6, where it's just kind of like buried, but everything else in the song is really kind of low as well. So it's definitely not as egregious as that, and it's definitely not ruining the song. It's just like, I wish it was a little bit snappier. Fake out. Now that I'm hearing it, it might actually have just been because the sub's in my headphones. Because those bits without the sub, the snare sounds fine. So it could just be the way it's coming through my headphones. So I'm not gonna factor that in, just because I don't know. Very cool. Definitely a little more of an aggressive kind of vibe to it. Ooh, hang on a second. That already sounds crazy. Definitely a little more of an aggressive vibe to it. Not really in the sense of like it's super like hyped up and energetic, but it's a lot more. How can I describe this? It feels a lot more like it's meant to be coming at you rather than just kind of like being kind of foreboding and ooh, where's it going? It seemed like that one was very much more attacking. Uh, I said my thing with the snare, but again, it could just be the way my headphones are acting. I really couldn't tell, because it sounded fine in certain parts. So I'm not gonna factor that in really. I'm just gonna ignore that. Um, but I mean, yeah, just solid track. The little vocal work in there was cool. Uh, Still rolling. Okay. Function. Sounds like a higher tempo. Okay. A little bit of a slower break beat kind of thing. My eyes itching. A bass swell right there is nice. Yeah. Very cool vibe, this one. I like the atmospheric touches in the back. Okay. Just a cool little sound design flex there to kind of bring in the final track. I like these kind of like shorter ones that he's doing now, where it's more so focused on just kind of like getting a quick idea out there, not really dragging it out, and just kind of like presenting it just as is. It's very DIY feeling, and I come from like a ooh, I just tossed my ring. I'm so sorry. Okay. I come from like a punk, like hardcore punk background, so stuff like that, like the really short tracks, just like getting an idea out there without really trying to turn it into something huge. That's like right up my alley. Um, I like all the sounds in it. I like the percussion. I like the kind of like it's kind of like a break beat, but it's not fast. But just like the complexity of the beat, and that was really cool. And that was definitely flexing a lot more of the drum work. It was definitely supposed to be a little bit more of a focus there. Cool way to bring in the end. Signal 999. Let's see. I wish we got I wish we would have gotten a little bit more vocal work on the EP. We got a little bit, but I wish there would have been like full verses. Ooh. Okay. very interesting percussion. I like the flow of it too. It's very like forward motion feeling. I like the snarl of the main bass too. Halfway through. Ooh. Like kind of 8-bit, kind of like 8-bit sound going through there. Adds a nice new layer to it. More very interesting sound design. I like the addition of that little kind of 8-bit sound at the end there. What is happening? Okay. Nope, don't open that. I like the sounds that kind of kept getting added in slowly throughout those drops. Again, the snarl of the main bass is like in the second half of those drops kind of reminded me of some hardcore kicks with kind of how it almost has like a racquetball kind of sound to it, but obviously like super distorted and stuff like that. Uh Sounded really cool. I like the kind of driving feel of the beat. It gave it more of like a feel of progression rather than just kind of like being a side to side swing. It was definitely more of like a marching forward kind of feel. Yeah, I mean, cool way to close it out. Just a couple of short tracks to finish it off. All in all, again, I really do wish there was more vocal work. I just love his vocal work so much. It's so good. That song that I was listening to at the beginning off the second part of the Kuriyama EP, cinema. I could listen to that all day. But I mean, I do wish that was the case. We did get a little bit here and there, but I was kind of hoping for full verses. As far as sound design and stuff like that, nothing really disappointed me. I mean, it was just like staple Eugene in a very good way. Brought his signature sound, added a couple of like new themes and backdrops as far as the beats and stuff, which I didn't really see coming, but I'm glad they're here. Uh it's seeming like he's just gonna kind of keep expanding what he can do with his sound design rather than just kind of sticking to like a kind of a rhythm or deeper dubstep kind of feel. It seems like he's kind of branching out more into like these kind of hip hop feeling kind of avenues, which is totally cool with me. Uh, yeah, that's it.